Welcome to the Daily Dose of Me podcast. I'm your anonymous host, here to share stories and heartfelt reflections of my life with you. From daily audio style vlogs and personal challenges to moments of gratitude and motivation, I'm here to share my daily confessions and reflections with you. This is your space to find a bit of real talk and genuine connection. So let's jump into today's episode. Today is the last morning that I will have to record this podcast in the morning because my husband and my daughter are going to be home late tonight, and my daughter's 4 years old. So as you can imagine, there is no quiet time when she is awake. So moving forward, I am going to have to record these episodes in the evenings after she goes to bed and my baby goes to bed. And honestly, that's what I had planned on doing at the very beginning when I first decided to start this, because I really feel like by the end of the day, I need to decompress. And I feel like this is going to be a really good day to kind of process the day, everything that happened, kind of talk out my emotions and feelings and everything from the day. So moving forward, that's what it's going to be in the evening. But for now, today, I am again sitting out in the beautiful sunshine, drinking my coffee, and it feels so good. And you know what? I was thinking about this yesterday, and I saw this thing on Pinterest, and we've made them one time, but it's honestly the most genius thing for kids. So they're called breakfast popsicles. And so my daughter, she is kind of an odd eater right now. I think I mentioned this before, but we are very, very low toxic, kind of like homesteader vibes people, but I live in a townhouse. We're currently saving up to move to, we're currently saving up to buy some land so that I can have my homestead, I can have my ducks, I can have, my garden, my animals, my milk cow. I grew up on a ranch, so none of that is foreign to me. I grew up rodeoing and showing cattle and doing all of the things. I think it's funny how after you graduate high school and leave, you think that you're never going to want to live the way that you grew up. And some people don't. But me, definitely, even just in the last couple years, I have really wanted to go back and live in the way that I did. I just think, growing up with animals and in 4-H and all of these things, like it taught me so much about hard work and just taught me a lot of life lessons that I really want my kids to experience. So that's why we're doing that. Anyways, total side note, my brain is, like I said, you will understand how my brain works. I don't know if you can follow. It might be a little hard to follow. And if that is that for you, I'm sorry. Okay, breakfast popsicles. Wrap back around. Okay, so I saw this. Wait, what was I talking about? No, I told my daughter. Wait, I was telling you about my daughter and how she has a weird eating habit. So we make everything scratch from homemade. And she snacks. We don't buy like processed snacks at all. Rarely will we. But her snack of choice is frozen peas, frozen corn, frozen mango, and then just fruits and vegetables. And I'm very, very thankful for that. It's just odd. And she's currently in the process of she doesn't eat meat right now, or I guess she eats a couple bites and then she's done. So I'm trying to figure out how to get more protein in her diet. She's also weird about cheese right now. It's super weird. Anyways, popsicles, breakfast popsicles. So we tried this recipe once and she loved them. So I have these little miniature silicone popsicle molds from Amazon. And I made these breakfast popsicles that were literally just plain Greek yogurt. I sweetened it with a little bit of maple syrup, pure maple syrup. And actually, no. Did I even put any in? I think I might have put a little bit of maple syrup in, because then you add smashed banana. So that acts as a natural sweetener as well. So it's Greek yogurt, a little bit of natural sweetener, or I guess maple syrup, and then your smashed banana. I also added hemp hearts into it and froze them, and she freaking loved them. It was amazing. So I got on Pinterest yesterday and I found some other really yummy recipes for breakfast popsicles that are like, don't have any like refined sugar or processed sugar. And I'm going to, I think, buy another one of my silicone molds on Amazon, because mine only has 4 and I need to meal prep like a little bit more than that. So I think I'm going to make some breakfast popsicles, and then every morning, now that it's nice out, I think we're going to come spend 20 minutes outside in our front yard. My daughter can grab a breakfast popsicle, come outside, I'll drink my coffee. And then like right now, my son, he's almost 6 months old, and he wakes up at about 6 o'clock, 6:30 maybe. And then he goes right back down for a nap at like 8 o'clock. So we don't really have that long after like we get up and everything. So if we can come outside, eat a breakfast popsicle, drink some coffee, by the time we're done with that, that'll give us, 20 minutes or so of sun first thing in the morning. And that's so good for your circadian rhythm. It's so good to have sunlight first thing in the morning for 10 to 20 minutes if you can. Within the first 30 minutes of waking up, you'll find that I'm very into like I hate putting labels on things. I just hate it. Like, I just want it to be like, this is the way I live. But it's sometimes easier to explain to people when you do use labels. But I guess I would say I'm like very, very holistic, very a natural way of living, I guess. Like, I don't know. I'll just talk about the things that I do and you'll kind of understand. So anyways, and then I'll go back and put my son down. And then when I put my son down, then I can come downstairs and make a real breakfast for my daughter and I. My husband is in law enforcement. Right now he works nights. So we're kind of on our own, like the first half of the day. He works 4 days and 3 days off. So on his days that he works, he'll sleep during the day until like about like noon-ish, sometimes give or take a little bit, and then he starts getting ready for work at 4. And I guess he keeps his schedule the same on his days off too. So I guess that's the same thing. But anyways, for breakfast, I'm like a huge breakfast person, and I kind of like get in these like hyperfixation breakfasts, I guess, for myself anyways. I lately have really been prioritizing protein, and I feel like with breastfeeding, excuse you. I feel like with breastfeeding, I am so hungry all the time. Like, I am ravenous. And if I do not eat like some protein first thing in the morning, I am grumpy. I'm so hungry, and it's just not a good time. So recently I told you in a previous episode that I make my own bread. I don't remember the last time I bought like bread or tortillas or anything from the store. I can't even like, ew, it's so gross. I can't, after having homemade bread and making it like every week or a couple times a week, like you can't eat store-bought bread anymore. It's disgusting. Anyway, so I get a nice big old slice of my homemade bread. I make a crusty artisan bread for breakfast food, and it's really good. Sometimes I put like seeds and stuff in it, but most of the time it's just plain. And I do mill my own flour as well. I grind my own wheat berries for my flour. I do use a little bit of all-purpose pre-milled flour, but I kind of combine it. We can go into that later, another day. Anyways, big old slice of that toast. Smash up some avocado onto it. Salt, pepper, maybe some chili flakes, but typically I just do avocado, salt, pepper, And then I either fry or scramble an egg or two and put it on top of my avocado toast and then top it with Cholula. And then I've been eating this chicken sausage that I found recently, and it is so good. They're little chicken sausage patties. I just dropped my phone. They have the link, like the sausage links, but I prefer the sausage patties. And the reason I switched over to chicken sausage is because pork kind of freaks me out. And also, pork is literally listed as one of the top number one carcinogens of all like the foods in in the world. Pork. I raised pigs growing up, and don't get me wrong, Hayes, I'm right here. I love pork. I love ham. I love sausage and bacon, but it's so bad for you. Pigs do not have sweat glands, and if you think about it, sweating helps us get rid of our toxins, and it's the same things for all mammals. That's how we release toxins from our body, is through our sweat glands. And pigs don't have sweat glands. They don't sweat. So that means they retain all of those toxins, and they're just dirty and filthy and are huge carriers of parasites and yuckiness. So I try to limit my pork intake. I will have bacon occasionally. I love myself a BLT, and I just cannot get behind turkey bacon and turkey sausage. It's really gross to me. It tastes, it's just the texture, the taste, everything. I cannot do turkey sausage, but this chicken sausage, man, it is fantastic. I love that shit. So I usually have a couple of chicken sausage patties with that as well. I could definitely add more protein with like dairy and whatnot, but I can't have dairy at the moment, which is really unfortunate. I can't have dairy because I'm breastfeeding my son and he has a dairy intolerance. But anyways, it's really unfortunate because right before I had to go dairy free, or I guess a while before I had to go dairy free, we switched to, we've been drinking like raw milk. So we get raw milk from one of the local farmers here that has a dairy cow. Also, hence why I want my homestead, so that I can have my own dairy cow, because I was buying the raw milk from them, and then I was also making my own butter, and I love butter. Can't have it right now, but I love butter. I was making my own butter, and it's so easy. It is so easy, because then when you make your own butter from the cream top of the milk, then you have buttermilk too. You can make like biscuits, and there's just so many things you can do with it. It's so easy. I highly recommend. Raw milk is so good for you. It's so good for your gut. It has so much incredible bacteria. And as long as you're getting it from someone who has a clean farm, they take good care of their animals, they get their milk tested regularly for disease, there's nothing to worry about, and the benefit really outweighs the bad. It's so good for you. And also, tidbit, if you drink A2 milk, if you have a hard time like digesting dairy or milk, like you're someone who drinks almond milk or oat milk, I would encourage you to try raw milk. And if it's raw milk, you can also try A2 raw milk. So A2, there's two proteins in dairy milk, in raw milk. There's A1 and A2. Cows that have the... Hey, I'm right here. He's found his voice recently, so he gets a little bit loud in these like screeching matches. He's totally fine. He's not unhappy right now. Hey. Anyways, cows that have both, so there's two types of proteins. You have to have two. Some of them are A1, but you want to find the cows that carry the A2 protein. And when you get milk from cows that are A2 cows, the A2 protein is more easily digested in people who have a hard time drinking milk. It's way easier on your gut. And And anyways, I would highly recommend trying to find raw A2 milk and just try it. Don't knock it till you try it. I think you'll be impressed. And not only that, like raw milk is just, it's so good for you compared to the almond milk and the oat milks that you're drinking. All of those almond milks and oat milks, they have preservatives, they have gums. It's just, I'm very much living a life that's like, eat foods that are closest to the natural state of the food as possible. And it's honestly a really, really hard right now because I am dairy free. And, if I can't have cheese, but like if I want butter, I have to eat the fake nasty ass butter, but I do that occasionally because a girl's gotta have some butter sometimes. Even though it's not real butter, it's terrible. I can't wait until I can have dairy again so I can have my real homemade raw butter. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so if you drink almond milk or oat milk, I encourage you to try the raw milk. If you're not quite ready for that, I encourage you to make your own almond milk or oat milk. It's so easy. It is so easy. And it's way better for you. It doesn't have any of the fillers. It doesn't have any of the gums. It doesn't have any of the preservatives. You know exactly what's going into your food and fueling your body. Look up a recipe. So easy. Okay. What else? I think that's all I'm going to talk about today. I hope you have a beautiful day. I am going to try to pick up the house and get some last minute, work stuff done before my daughter and husband get back tonight. And then tomorrow we are just gonna, I don't know what we're gonna do. I think we are going to get some of our homeschool stuff organized. I decided she's in preschool, and so we're just gonna homeschool all year because she freaking loves it. She is like obsessed with school. She always wants to do school. She wants to learn so badly. So we're just gonna do it all year round and then see what happens. And like if she gets bored with it, we'll take a break. And if it, we want it to be an enjoyable experience for her. So we're kind of letting her lead it, but still also we have like a curriculum that we're following too. But it's more like nature based. It's not more nature and play based. It's not like sit down and do worksheets all day, which is hard because that is what she loves. Like she loves to write. It's crazy. But we're just doing it one day at a time and figuring it out as we go. So have a beautiful day. The next time you hear an episode, I will probably be recording it at night, recapping my day and how everything went. Okay. Have a wonderful day. Love ya. Bye.